Strength Warehouse presents Go Heavy or Go Home podcast. I am your host, Nate Boley. In this podcast, we talk about strength, fitness, nutrition, and all things Strength Warehouse related. What happens when life throws you for a loop? Because it inevitably will, whether it's vacation, family, injury, work, school, kids, all sorts of things. What happens when life throws you for a loop and you just don't know how to get back to feeling like your old self or getting back to the results you once were getting? Well, in today's episode, I'm going to show you some actionable items to rekindle that fire and light that fire and throw some gas on it, all right? So I'm Nate Boley, co-owner of Strength Warehouse Gym here in Bend, Oregon, and host of the Go Heavy or Go Home podcast. Today's is our very first video podcast, so bear with me a little bit here. I'm definitely new to the video side of it, so we're just going to dig in. We're going to have a little bit of fun, and you may see some bloopers. We'll see. Anyway, so how do you rekindle that fire? How do you throw gas on that fire? How do you get back to where you were? All right, so what happens when, I see this quite often actually, people are like, hey, I'm going to take the summer off, I'm going to take the holidays off, I got a, injury, I've got to take time off of, just my own personal story. I've had a knee surgery, I've had a quad tear, I've had a shoulder tear. Recently I just broke my foot. I'm like, really? Like, come on, what else? Knock on wood, right? Don't ever ask what else could happen, because something will definitely come down the road and throw you for a loop again, right? But for me, like, I couldn't do 90% of the stuff that I really wanted to do. I was in the middle of training for a powerlifting meet that I was hoping to do really well at. I have no idea. It's in a couple weeks right now. My training has gotten back on track, but it's quite a bit. I had to take 6 weeks off, right? So we'll see what happens. But anyway, in today's episode, like I said, I've got 3 actionable items for you to take that are going to be ways for you to light that fire, to rekindle that fire, and maybe throw some gas on it, all right? Hey, if you guys want to go to a place that's going to give you more support and more guidance, like the things we're going to hear today, please jump over onto our Facebook group. It's completely free. It's called Health and Wellness for Central Oregonians. Now, you do not have to be a Central Oregonian. You can be anywhere in the world. We absolutely want everybody to be in there. We want to be able to help as many people as possible. And we give out free, tricks and tips on a weekly basis. And we just try to filter out all that stuff that's on the web. We're professionals, and we just want to give you guys the best guidance we can out there. All right. So head over to that, hit the invite button, and I'll let you in. All right. So let's just jump right into this. Okay. Step 1, start with simple things. So if you guys when you guys fall off the wagon, which inevitably it happens for all of us, whether I said before it's work, life, family, kids, whatever it is, we're all going to fall off the wagon just a little bit. How do you get back on the wagon, right? You just take that first step, and they need to be simple steps. You can't come back into the gym thinking that you're going to be lifting the same weight that you were. You're definitely are not going to be in the best shape that you were in before. And right now, your goal is to just get that momentum started. A lot of people, they take time off the gym and they don't realize that their fitness momentum is not going to stick with them. It's going to stop. And a lot of the times it's going to go backwards. Why? Because they're not doing the things that they need to stay healthy or keep that momentum up. So just your main goal here is to get that ball rolling again. So like I said, taking time off, I hear this all the time. People will take off the summer, and then 3 months goes by, and then I reach back out to them, and I don't hear from them. They don't come back. I see them running around town 6 months later, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Where have you been? Oh, yeah, 1 month turned into 3 months, 3 months turned into 6 months, 6 months turned into 1 year. Pretty soon they've lost all momentum. They've gone way backwards, and then they're overwhelmed. Like, hey, how do I get back here? So you're really taking the small steps, and a lot of the times it's just the simple things like, hey, call your old gym back, right? get back on that, that nutrition kick. Maybe it was, you really enjoyed meal prepping on Sundays, or maybe it was, hey, just to start drinking some more water. Maybe you completely stop drinking all your water, right? So setting little goals is definitely key here. Your first one should be getting the momentum back, right? And so that's just jump back on. Don't expect when you come back into the gym that you're going to be loading up a barbell and you're going to be squatting up and down with it, for several reps, because you're probably, first of all, not strong enough to do it anymore. You might hurt yourself. And the next day, you're not going to be able to walk, or you're not going to be able to work or anything like that. So I highly recommend just coming back into the gym after a break, whether it's 1 month, 6 months, a year, and just get going. Come in, we can help you out, get, scale the workout a little bit. Maybe it's just box squats with a PVC pipe on your back. Maybe it's just body weight. Setting little goals is your absolute key here, right? Okay. The second thing that you're going to do to light that fire and rekindle that fire and throw some gas on there is reflect on things that you've done and accomplished in the past. Maybe it's, hey, when I am still in my competitive years of powerlifting, now I'm tapering off, but I'm definitely still pretty competitive. So, for me, when I have fallen off the wagon, whether it's nutrition or fitness or whatever it is, so say it's just my nutrition, I find it's very, very easy for me to meal prep all my meals for like 4 days, Monday through Thursday, I should say, on Sunday night. Like I've said before in some of my podcasts and some of my videos that I post on our members only page for the Strength Warehouse crew is, I turn on a great podcast, I turn on the football game, I pour whiskey, just have fun, and just take like 3 hours out of the day, maybe even 2 if you've got stuff kind of pre-prepped for you, and just put meals together and put it in the refrigerator. You're going to get those, the right amount of calories in, or even if you don't get the right amount of calories in, at least you're eating healthy food. You're not waiting till you're hangry at the desk because you haven't eaten for 4 or 5 hours, and you're just going to rush to the nearest place and order some food, right? So meal prep your food. And I've heard all the stories. Hey, I don't have a refrigerator. I don't have a microwave. There's so many ways you can get around that. It's not even funny. And I can share those with you later on. Maybe it's, hey, I did really well when I went to the gym at 6 a.m. Or I know for a fact I can't get to the gym at 6 a.m. I will never do that. That's me personally. I do not like getting up early in the morning and start lifting heavy weights. Now, I'm up early in the morning, but I'm definitely not ready to lift weights. I usually lift my weights mid-afternoon currently because that's what my time allotted me to do. Before, it was right after work. I literally got off work, jumped in my truck, went straight to the gym, got on the treadmill. Obviously, I dressed down, got on the treadmill, started warming up, right into the heavy lifts, right into the lifting. Nowadays, my schedule's different. I've got kids in the morning. I've got kids in the afternoon. Luckily, being the business owner that I am right now, I have quite a bit of flexibility with my time during the middle of the day when the gym is very slow or slower. And so I'm able to work out. So right now it's currently about between 12 and 3 o'clock. That's the time frame I've allotted for myself to get a 1 hour session in. So finding little things that you've done in the past that given you success and just try to hammer down on those is going to be super key to help you, throw some gas on that kindling with the fire lit, and it's going to help you get back to where you want to go. One of the things that, like I said before, is just making sure that, for me, it's meal prepping on Sunday. If I don't meal prep on Sunday, I'm all out of my groove, and I usually won't do it. I might do it every day, and then I'm going to go to Life and Time, or I'm going to go to wherever and just get some, easy fast food, right? So for me, the easy thing for me to do when I fall off my nutrition is just get back on the Sunday kick, right? Third actionable item I have for you today is get some guidance, all right? So for me, the most progress that I have ever made is when I paid somebody to help guide me through those types of things. So this started out, actually, I did my own coaching. I coached myself, I programmed myself for most of my entire lifting career, with an exception of 1 year in between those where I had my buddy doing it. But almost 14 years. I did everything myself. I read books, I watched podcasts, or not podcasts, back then I watched YouTube videos, I read magazines, I downloaded every single program in the world, and I created a great program, which now we use most of that at our gym today. But I hired a coach in 2020, and I've seen so much more progress because I am paying attention, because I'm paying. 2, because I have the accountability of them being like, hey, how come you didn't get it in this week? What's going on? And then 3, I'm definitely paying for clarity and speed. When I'm lifting and it's like, hey, that didn't feel real great. What's going on? I have somebody to bounce that ideas back off of. Or, hey, I want to do this. Okay, great. Here's the plan. I'm going to keep you accountable. Let's go. All right. So if you want to go fast, find someone who's done it there. You've done what you want to do, and they can help pull you forward faster. A lot of times I see people get stuck on that hamster wheel, starting a fitness routine, starting a nutrition routine. January 1st, this happens all the time, every single year. That's why they always call it the New Year's resolutioners, right? Because these people want to start something and they don't have the guidance, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the motivation. And so they start, they don't find results, they quit, they let it go 6 to 9 months, they do it all over again. It's literally the hamster wheel. I see it. I've been in the gym industry now for 17 years. I have seen it so many times over and over and over and over again. And these people are just never getting where they want to go. And that's super frustrating for them. It's also really frustrating for me, seeing this day in and day out. So if you want to actually succeed and getting back to where you want than you were, find some guidance. Like I said, for me, the most progress I've ever made in my business and in my fitness is by having somebody holding me accountable, showing me the way, keeping me on track, and guiding me to the goals that I want to get to. One of my good friends, who's also a member of the gym here, his biggest thing is nothing breeds motivation like results. And that cannot be more true. If you are seeing results, you're going to be motivated to get in and do what you want to do, right? If you're not seeing results, you're like, I don't see any ROI. I'm not seeing any return on investment, in doing this. Why am I coming to the gym and killing myself every single week? Why am I, eating plain chicken and rice or whatever it is? Like, if you're not seeing results, you will not be motivated to keep going. And that's, again, why you see that the New Year's resolutioners, they don't know what they don't know. They don't have guidance. And so they start something because they're like, I'm going to get on my fitness this year. They start without a plan. They go for the cheapest gym membership period, and they don't get the guidance, and then they fail after 3 months. Now, that's not everybody, but the statistics show like 86% of people who sign up on January 1 are not in the gym anymore by March 1. Okay, that's 3 months, January, February, March. It's only 2 months, January, February. Man, that is rough. So don't be one of those people. Find some help, get some guidance. That's why Megan and I created Strength Warehouse. That's why we have coaches. We're professional coaches. This is what we do for a living. We help people, find the guidance. We help get them the guidance. We help get them the knowledge. We help keep them accountable. We have a client success manager who's going to be calling you when you're not in the gym, helping you stay accountable. We have a couple of nutritionists on board. They're going to show you the right ways to sustainably keep your nutrition going. When you are stalling out on progress, let's look at the basics. That's the type of stuff that we do that's super awesome, and that's why we have a business and a job. All right, guys, so I'm just going to recap this again. Step 1, start with the little things, all right? Start with simple things. Number 2, reflect on things that you've done in the past that you found success with, okay? Whether that's Sunday night meal prepping, Monday morning, Sunday night going in and signing up for your classes, getting to the gym at 6 a.m., or maybe it's right after work. Just get in the car, start the car up, turn on the tunes, go right to the gym. 3rd, find some guidance. I cannot just reiterate that enough, all right? The biggest thing you can do today is take action today, not tomorrow, not next week. Take some action. find a place where they can keep you accountable. Find a place that you can, that you love to be at. So it's like a second home, right? So it's probably your home's number one, your work's number two, the gym can be your third home, right? So that's the guidance I have for you today. Again, like I said, if you guys want extra support, we'd love to see you in our free Facebook group, Health and Wellness for Central Oregonians. We post a ton of content in there, freebies, all sorts of things. And then if you guys want some more guidance, please reach out to us. We'd love to help you. We'd love to sit down and chat with you, take you through what we call the No Sweat Intro. It's a 25, 30-minute free consultation at our gym with me or one of our coaches. And we're just going to dig deep, figure out exactly what you want to do, where you've been in the past, where you want to go, and how we can strategically plan your fitness journey with us. Thanks for joining us on this epic journey of strength. If you liked this episode, please leave us a review and share with a friend. To stay connected, hit that subscribe button. All right, until next time, go heavy or go home.